Samsung Galaxy, bro. When I'm looking at here is every phone has the same ability to do anything. You can call, you can text, you can FaceTime, you can do whatever, okay? You can search the internet, you can play games, you can do anything, okay? I'm choking on the iPhone Air, yeah, bro. But what I'm getting at here is that the iPhone design just looks better, bro. I don't know how to explain it. The iPhone, all iPhones, in my opinion, it feels more luxurious, if that makes any sense. It doesn't feel like I'm just getting another phone, bro. That's what I'm trying to get at, bro. That's what I'm trying to get at, okay? That's the reason why Samsung will always be more superior, or Apple will be always more superior than Samsung, bro. Because it feels more luxurious. It feels so much better. It feels like I'm getting a new phone compared to a Samsung. That's the only reason, bro. That's literally the only reason. Now, in terms of like performance-wise, and like, you know, this phone does more than the other phone, freak all that, bro. Because every phone can do whatever it is. Yes, Samsung manufactures some chips for Apple, especially memory and image sensors. What? Is this nigga serious? Nah, this is AI, bro. This is 100% AI. 100% AI. No, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. No, that's actually insane, bro. All right, we about to watch this video, bro, to see if the S25 Ultra versus the 17 Pro Max is better, bro. Clearly, this man still wants to debate with me, bro.
iPhone 17 Pro Max. These are the two best smartphones in the world right now. So let's really see which one's better.
F you? Wait, what did I do? What did I do? Hey, Splizee. Yo, Sparky, what's good? How you been? Been a long time, bro. Where you been at, bro? How's life? How was your New Year's, bro? How was your New Year's? All right.
So let's start off with every special feature on these, beginning with the Samsung. The first and probably the most obvious is the S Pen, because this thing has been around for years.
Bro, who wants to use a pen for a phone? Who want to do that, bro? Who want to use a pen for a phone? I don't want to do that. That's for old people. What I look like using a pen for a phone? Am I using a 3DS? No. No, nobody want to use a pen. That's for old people. Old people. Nobody want to use a pen for a phone. Everybody use their fingers, bro. That's why you have fingers. That's why you have fingers, bro. This man said yes, everybody does. Man, get the freak up out of here, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
This man said, I want to use a pen. You don't want to do that because you're an Apple user. Of course. Having a pen for a phone is crazy, bro. That's diabolical. Typical. Okay, bro. All right, bro. Shut up, bro. Of course, you guys will all say, I want a pen for my phone. Like, what are you going to use a pen for your phone for? For what? For what? Tell me one reason why you want to use a pen when you can just use your fingers. Tell me one reason. One good reason, actually. Please.
And even though you're probably only going to use it now and again, it's good to know that you at least have it whenever you need. In my opinion, it also does just make Samsung stand out.
This man said for drawing. That's what iPads are for. iPads, not for phones. Why would you want to draw on a phone when you can just get an iPad, bro? How can you even draw on a phone? It's too small.
From every other smartphone out there. Okay, then there's multitasking too, which lets you use split screen to work on multiple things at once, which is super handy. It has the new Now bar on the lock screen, nice, as well as the status bar to quickly open things up like your music. Samsung DeX is also nuts because you just plug an HDMI cable into the S25 Ultra and it literally transforms your smartphone into a computer.
Okay, that's actually fire. This one's actually fire. I didn't know that can happen. You can't. I don't think you can do that with Apple. That's actually dope.
a normal computer or laptop does. I mean, that's pretty wild. Then there's also wireless battery share, which is really handy to just quickly charge up your buds if they—
Yes, and you can play every game on max. Yo, that's crazy, bro. Nah, you can play any game. So you say you can play like high graphic games like Resident Evil, bro? Nah, you joking. You're lying. You're actually lying, bro. This man said you can play every game on max graphics. Nah, I gotta see this, bro. I gotta see you play like on max graphics, bro.
low on battery, and let's not forget secure folder, which is kind of like the best way to keep your photos, your videos, or files safe. As for all the special and unique features on the iPhone, there's the camera control button that you can use to open up the camera and control a bunch of different things like the zoom, exposure, filters, and of course, snapping pics. There's the action button on the other side, and this one you'll probably use even more because you can assign it to do basically anything, like muting your iPhone, for example, opening any application you want, nice, or even triggering the flashlight.
Okay, bro. Give it time. Let her continue to talk about the iPhone. Don't just say it's useless right off the bat, bro. All right? Just calm down, bro. iPhone is like a camera at the end of the day, bro. It's used for cameras. It's used, bro. iPhones are used for movies. Did you know that? People use iPhones for movies versus using a Samsung. Believe it or not. I can also change the language on your keyboard without opening settings. I can do that on my iPhone too, bro. Look, hold up. I'm pretty sure I can. If I go to my keyboard right quick, hold on. See, look. Quickly change keyboard. See, look. I can change the keyboard like here. Oh, and then I hit continue. Look, I can change it to Japanese, UK. Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Oh yeah, here we go. So these are all my languages. I can add more languages if I wanted to, but I only got those for now. Yeah, those are all the only ones I got. Androids can do it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure both phones can equally do the same amount of things, bro. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to design and how it feels to you. You know what I'm saying? That's literally it, bro. There's no other like reasoning behind it.
The dynamic island is pretty special too, because you can use it to control a bunch of things like
you can play on the S25 every game on ultra settings like Genshin Impact, even GTA 5. That's cap, bro. You're capping. You can't play GTA 5 on an iPhone, bro. Or an Android. You're capping. You're lying. You're lying.
your music, control
a phone is a phone. Yo, thank you, horror, bro. Thank you.
timers, and even track
At the end of the day, a phone is a phone, bro. You can do anything on a phone, on any phone. They're all similar.
things like your flights, which is pretty nifty. The name drop feature is also really nifty because you just tap one iPhone to another, then you can send your contact info.
Oh, that's
and what's
dope.
nice is this also works with sending files, photos, or videos to, which
Hold on,
is pretty awesome.
Hold on.
Satellite SOS.
Wait. Let me do that. Hold up. I got two phones. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, yo, that's fire. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all what it looked like. Hold up. I didn't know you could do that. Hold on, watch this. Yo, that's fire. That's crazy, bro. I didn't know you can do that.
This is another special feature, but let's be honest, you'll probably
Sparky, I'm doing great. How was your New Year, Sparky? I have a friend who didn't have a phone until she was 14. That's sad, bro. That's
never
very sad.
use it. And there's also car crash detection as well, which I hope you never have to use. Plus, the iPhone also has a LiDAR camera sensor, which the camera uses for focus and some other things. So the iPhone does technically have extra special features, but the Samsung special features are just more useful and practical. So
I don't care, bro. Shut the freak up, lady. I don't give a crap, all right? iPhone is way better, all right? I don't care what anybody say. Anyway, chat, bro. How y'all doing, bro? What's good? Sparky, what's poppin', bro? Long time no see, Sparky. How you been, bro? You just got the 70, the 5070. W 5070. Bro. PT. Okay? Like I said, Samsung is not better than Apple. Okay? You know why? I got a very good reason why. Let me explain my reasoning first, bro. Do you want to just hear me out? Just hear me out. You're not even trying to listen to me, bro. You're not even trying to listen to me. Okay. Please listen, bro. The reason why I think Apple is better than Samsung, bro. I've said this once. I'm going to say it again, bro. It feels more superior. Apple feel more superior and more unique and more genuine than Apple or than Samsung, bro. Simple as that. Simple as that, my nigga. It just feels way better. But I keep watching the video, bro. Because clearly there's something else in this video that I need to look at, right? Clearly there's something else, bro. Like, I don't care about all these tic-tac gadgets and stuff like that. What I care about when I get a phone is, am I going to be satisfied with this phone? Am I going to be happy? You know what I'm saying? Is it going to be good for me, bro?
Special feature, but let's be honest, you'll probably never use it. And there's also car crash detection as well, which I hope you never have to use. Plus, the iPhone also has a LiDAR camera sensor, which the camera uses for focus and...
Wait, did you have the newest Android phone in your hands? Yeah, I have, bro. They feel like plastic, bro.
Some other things. So the iPhone
I'm not even joking.
Extra special features, but the Samsung special features are just more
Which
useful.
one, bro? I've tried to own an Android multiple times, bro. It just don't feel superior, bro. It don't feel magical. I don't know how to explain it, bro. I've tried all the Androids, bro. All of them. Old and new.
And practical.
Not just old.
So it gets the point. What about cameras?
I tried to get that one right there, the S25 Ultra. I messed with it and everything when I was in the store. Before I bought this iPhone Air, bro, I looked at the Android phone to see, you know, I just, you know, played with them a little bit, you know, toyed with them, and it just didn't feel the same, bro. I don't know how to explain it.
Now, when it comes to cameras, both these have a similar setup. The Samsung rocks a 200 megapixel standard camera, a 50 megapixel ultra wide, and a 50 megapixel zoom camera. Meanwhile, the iPhone uses three 48 megapixel cameras all across the board. So here's a 1x photo on both phones, and the results look pretty much the same.
Exactly.
Next, I took a 0.5x picture, and the only difference here was the iPhone is a bit wider than the Samsung. The zoom really surprised me. Samsung has a 5 times optical zoom, iPhone has 4 times optical zoom, and here you can really see a difference in the lighting. But when you zoom from optical all the way to max digital zoom, even though Samsung hits 100 times and the iPhone only hits 40 times, I think the iPhone's photo actually came out looking better. As for the selfie cameras, the iPhone is now 18 megapixels, and it can switch between landscape and portrait without physically turning the phone, which is really nice. Compared to the 12 megapixel selfie cam on the Samsung camera, which you still have to physically
W's in the chat, bro.
if you want a landscape selfie. But overall, the pics themselves, I think both phones took really great selfies, and the colors were also very accurate. As for video, this is where you'll see the most difference. So iPhone, you can shoot in ProRes RAW, log, and 4K. Samsung, you can shoot in log, 4K, and 8K. Both phones captured insane detail in log and pulled a lot of color, highlights, and shadows. You can see there is a bit of a difference between the footage.
There's no
from
difference,
both
bro.
phones,
It's
but
literally the
overall,
same.
They really did amazing. But this is where Samsung misses the mark every year, because their standard 4K views always have this kind of exposure shift.
Ew, what is that? Ew. The freak is that, my nigga? Ew. You call that 4K? Nah.
shifting going on, which is actually really noticeable. And even though Samsung can film in 8K, honestly, it doesn't look twice as good. In my opinion, the iPhone definitely looks better.
Yeah.
So when it comes to photos,
Yeah! 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 That's all I need to hear, bro. That's all I need to hear, my nigga. That's all I need to hear. That's literally it, bro. Nothing else. The video's done. GG's. The video's done. The video's done, bro. I don't need to watch no more, bro. The video's done. GG's. Nope, no. That's literally all I need to hear. Hey. The camera is better, but the camera is better. That's all I need to hear, bro. I'm done. I'm done. It's over. GG's, bro. Motherfucking G, bro. The camera will always be more superior than Samsung. And that's all I care about. Why do you think movie producers use Apple over Samsung when filming? Tell me, bro. Tell me. Because it's better, bro. You want me to keep watching the video after I just seen... Okay, bro. You say Apple is better, yet you don't want to watch the... Okay, bro. I'll watch the full video, bro. Because clearly, I'm already convinced that Apple's better because of the camera, bro. All right? Camera is literally the most important, vital thing on the phone. When it comes to, like... If you're like a filmer or a producer or like a content creator, camera is like 100% like superior. And that's literally all I care about when it comes to phones. But, okay. I'll keep watching.
Identical. As for videos, the iPhone is just the better option, so it gets the points. But to see those photos and videos, which one has the better display?
I don't care about
this
display.
Is quite interesting. Samsung
I care about
is
camera.
Still making the majority of iPhones.
I care about camera. I don't care about this. Hey. My decision has already been made after that the camera features, bro. I don't want it anymore, bro. I don't want it. Put the iPhone in the bag, bro. I don't want the Android after that. Their cameras are never that good.
Phone screens, including those on the 17 Pro Max. And because of that, both phone screens are pretty much the same. When you put them together side by side, there is not even a difference in size. They are practically identical, top to bottom, side to side. The only real difference are the corners. As you can see, Samsung has slightly more screen. And where there's another slight difference is in their brightness. Both are extremely bright indoors, including outdoors.
Yeah, I don't care about display
at all. 3000 nits peak brightness in outdoor sunlight, whereas the Samsung only 2600 nits. And the third difference is screen reflections. But when you put them side to side, even though they both do okay with cancelling out reflections, the Samsung does just do a better job. So I mean, they both have great screens, but if you wanted the very best display, it's definitely the S25 Ultra, so it gets the point.
I don't care about display.
Which one's faster?
Imagine being able to build
And
an app
also-
with your name on it.
I don't really care about speed either. That's what PCs are for. That's why PCs are way more superior than phones. So I don't really care about
To see
speed.
that these are two really fast smartphones. And in normal use for like social media, sending texts, browsing the internet, you won't really feel a difference between the two. Even gaming, they both open up games at about the same speed.
Yeah,
and
I
they
don't
both
play
perform
games
pretty
on
much the
my
same in terms
iPhone.
of gameplay. They're even around the same temperature when you play on them for a while. So basic tests are not really showing us which one's faster. So to actually push them to their max, I installed some apps starting with 3D Mark. This is a specific...
Okay, why didn't you buy a PC then if you say... I'm literally streaming on a PC. What do you mean, why didn't I buy a PC? I'm literally streaming on a PC. You think I'm streaming on an iPhone? Okay, bro.
App made to push gaming graphics, and once the tests were done, as you can see, they're both neck and neck, but the iPhone is just slightly better. And to double check, I also used another app, but this one's made to specifically test the overall speed, not just
the
the
CPU.
graphics. And again, the iPhone came out on top at around 30% faster. So in general, you won't really feel a huge difference between the two.
I don't
but
care about
iPhone
speed.
Is technically faster. Taking this one for speed,
Bro, nobody do... Bro, if you care about speed on a phone, you're delusional. You need help. Because clearly smart people with high IQs wouldn't really care, and they will invest all their money as far as speed on a PC. Simple as that.
But what about customization?
Customization, I don't care about that either.
Okay, so if you're like me and like to customize your
She's literally going over all the things that I don't care about. The only thing that I cared about was the camera features. That's it. And Apple won it. So like the phone is way better than Samsung.
phone, you have a bunch of different options.
That's all I care about is camera, bro.
You can customize their app icon colors.
Honestly, if the camera was better, I would have went back to Verizon and returned this phone and got a Samsung. I'm not even trolling. I would have 100% returned the phone and got the Samsung if the camera was better, but it's not.
But you do get more options.
Okay, if speed doesn't matter, let's use this example. My mother is in a tragic situation and needs ambulance quickly, but my phone is slow. Okay, bro. Clearly, Apple won. Okay, Apple did win. Okay, Apple is faster than Android. Clearly, buddy. So if you're on an Android, and I'm on an iPhone, I'm gonna get on the phone faster than you. I'm trying to make a point because you just gave me an example, so I had to bust your bubble right quick, buddy. Holy
iPhone, like having
nuggets,
clear
bro.
icons or changing it to any color you'd like. While Samsung gives you a couple options based on the color
Bro,
of
you're
your
like 10, bro.
wallpaper
Shut up.
or just basic colors. They both also have always-on displays with always-on wallpapers. Nice. Contact cards that are totally customizable on both phones, but it is a bit better on Samsung because you can use videos as contact cards, which I personally love. And speaking of videos, you can even use those as animated wallpapers on Samsung, including using TikTok videos as wallpapers, which you still can't do any of that on iPhone. But what you can do now is set a 3D wallpaper, which I gotta admit looks really cool. Both phones also have app
Yeah, I don't care
folders,
about this,
but
bro.
with
I don't
Samsung,
care about
you can expand
customization.
the folder, which is really nice, and you can even choose to change its color if you want. As for customizing the quick settings and control center, you can now fully customize both of them as well,
I don't
which is
care.
really nice. But
I don't
for me,
care.
the final nail in the coffin is Samsung's
Why was Ben there? Ben?
Good luck. And because it's now available to everyone worldwide, you can literally customize every single thing on the Samsung. I'm
That's
talking
not-
animation
that's
speeds,
not important to me at
themes,
all.
colors, to even regular settings. You can practically customize any element you want, which is so nifty. So because of good luck, I gotta give the points to Samsung for customization, but I also gotta give some props to iPhone because their customization is just getting a bit better.
Security?
Now, because our phones hold all of these
Security? Nah, Android losing this, bro. Because clearly you can jailbreak an Android, right? You can't really jailbreak an iPhone.
days, they need to be super safe. iPhone's Face ID is insanely good and is so safe that it
I
won't
think
even
Apple's
unlock
gonna win
unless
this for
your eyes
sure.
are open and you're looking at your phone. Samsung's fingerprint unlock is solid too, but someone could maybe get into your phone using your fingerprint while you're sleeping. I mean, it is a possibility. And then if you were to lose any one of these, the iPhone is easy to track using the Find My Device network and iCloud, all that jazz. And the same thing with Samsung's Smart Things Find. And if you wanted to hide some stuff, well, on iPhone you can lock and hide apps, as well as hide photos or videos if you want to. But Samsung takes
Oh
things up a
my
notch with Secure
gosh,
Folder.
bro.
I mentioned this earlier, but basically it acts as a secure space to keep all your secret stuff. So they both got some great safety features, but they're missing one big thing. And that's why I downloaded these two apps on them.
Bro,
Like,
get
seriously,
this
every
ad
phone-
off my screen, bro. Nobody care about that ad, bro.
Link down below. But out the box, both these phones are fairly secure, so they both get the point. Alright, now let's talk about which phone will stay charged the longest. And this here is quite interesting because the iPhone
No, I
comes
think
with two
Samsung's gonna win this one, bro. Because I had so many issues in the past with yeah, I hate the promotions too. I had so many issues in the past with Apple where the battery would drain so fast, bro. I'm not even trolling. Bro, I will literally charge my phone to 100%. This is when I had like iPhone 6, like the old iPhones. I would charge my phone to 100%. Bro, 20 minutes later, it's already at 9%. Like, bro, I already charged it like all the way to 100%, and now you're telling me I gotta charge it again?
battery options.
I think
The
Samsung's
first
gonna win
option
this.
is the iPhone that only has an eSIM, and the second option is the one that has a SIM card slot. But the version with the eSIM actually comes with a slightly bigger battery. And believe it or not, but iPhone's battery is actually bigger than Samsung's, but only by a little bit. But then I did some tests to see which phone would survive the longest, and for normal use like taking pics, browsing the net, and watching content, I got around 1.5 days on both of them. But the iPhone usually lasts a little bit longer by an hour or two. And as for charging,
crazy.
I mean, we all kind of know Samsung is going to be faster, but the iPhone has improved a lot and is definitely getting closer.
That's
But
very
if you
true.
like to wirelessly charge a phone, the 17 Pro Max is actually faster than the S25 Ultra. I mean, they both have great battery life, but on average, you will get a few extra minutes on the iPhone, so it gets the point, bringing this to a tie, but we still got 3 points left to go.
Advanced features? What is that even supposed to mean?
Now, which phone do you guys think has the best advanced features? Because both these
Features. Oh,
phones have photo
Apple.
arrays, but as you
100%.
can see, Samsung does a slightly better job, while iPhone just doesn't even cut it. I mean, I'm not going to say Samsung's was great, but at least it could kind of do the job. The S25 Ultra also comes with
What do you
Sketch to
mean by
Image,
that?
which basically turns your S Pen drawings into actual art. Wow. And even the option to
Okay.
create wallpapers. You just tap on what kind of
Who
things
cares
you
about
like,
this?
and
No one,
boom,
bro. Whoever buys a phone just to do this on their phone, they're a bot, bro. Apple AI is crap. No, it's not. One of my most recent videos, I use AI on my Apple phone.
it'll make a wallpaper for you, while the iPhone can't even
I literally use an AI thumbnail.
do any
for
of
my
that.
most recent video.
They both can, though, create
came out pretty
images
good.
of people, which, as you can see, the Samsung is definitely better at doing than the iPhone. You can also use Circle to search on both phones to just quickly look up something on your screen, and they work basically the exact same. Both phones can also translate calls in real time, so whatever you say will be translated for the other person.
Oh,
and
I didn't
same
know that. That's crazy. Wait, how do you do that?
time, so
Live translation in beta? Wait, what? That's an actual thing? That's an actual thing, bro? No, that's crazy. I didn't know you can do that. I gotta look into that later, bro. That's actually crazy.
Samsungs, but only by a little bit. But then I mean, we all kind of know bringing this to a I mean, I'm not going to actual art. While the iPhone can't even do, which as you can see, phones to just quickly look up something translated for the other person.
No, that's actually wild, though. I didn't know you can translate video calls or actual, like, I think Android has the full release. That's actually W. That's a W thing.
And same for them. Both can even answer calls for you, which is pretty nuts.
Hello there. Hi there.
On iPhone, if you ever put on hold, it rings again when you're taken off hold, which the S25 Ultra can't do. But another advanced feature exclusive to the Samsung is if you tap and hold down on a video, it instantly turns that video into a slow-mo clip. But on the other hand, the iPhone can convert any image into a spatial scene and give it this kind of crazy cool 3D effect. So, both these phones have a bunch of special features, but to me, the Samsungs just feel a bit less gimmicky. So
You heard what she
gets the
said?
point.
She said to me. She said to me. Personal opinion, bro. At the end of the day, like I said before, it's all going to come down to personal opinion. She's probably an Android user like everybody else, like a bot. She's a bot. Design,
Okay, so
100%. 100% Apple. 100% Apple.
Aluminum again. And the reason they did that was to help keep it cooler and spread the heat a bit better. But the problem with aluminum is it's just not as strong as titanium, which the S25 Ultra is made of. And so far, it seems like a lot of people are complaining about the scratches and the chips on their 17 Pro Max, while the Samsung hasn't had any of those problems, so it's definitely tougher and scratch resistant. Also, weirdly enough, titanium is 2 times heavier than aluminum, but the Samsung is lighter than the iPhone by about 12 to 15 grams. But maybe one of the reasons it's lighter is it's also thinner than the iPhone. And although it's not thinner by much, it is noticeable and
I have
does
the
make a
Air,
difference. But
so mine's a
overall,
lot.
for design, the Samsung
I have the Air, so mine's literally a lot. It's a lot thinner. You see how thin that is, bro? That's thin compared to my old phone. Look at the thinness difference. Crazy, right? I mean, it's not that bad, but like, it's up there, bro. What the F are you watching? We're watching the difference between the new Android and the new Apple phone and seeing comparing which one's better. But at the end of the day, she has her own personal opinion, bro. She's literally saying this is what I like.
It's just slightly more practical and durable.
See?
So it gets the point. But now for the final point.
She risen up the Androids too much.
Now let's
okay, of course the price of Apple is so much more better because the camera's better. That's all I gotta say. The reason why Apple phones cost more than Samsung phones or Android phones is because the camera is so much more better, bro. The camera is so much more better than Samsung.
Let's talk about
100%.
price. The S25 Ultra directly from Samsung's site costs $1,299, and the 17 Pro Max directly from Apple's website costs $1,199. So
that's crazy.
The iPhone is slightly cheaper, but here's the thing: you barely ever pay full price for a Samsung, and here's why. When you look at the history of all the sales the S25 Ultra has been on, you'll notice that a few times its price dropped way down to $1,000.
Third party.
And not only that, but Samsung usually have great deals on the Ultra.
Bro.
Like if you buy the 256
She's
gig
really
model, they usually double the storage.
glazing
for
the
same
Android
price.
right now, bro.
I mean, Apple
She
almost
probably got like
never
a
have deals,
sponsorship
and
with
most of the time,
Samsung or
you
something.
gotta pay the full price. And besides
buddy.
deals, there's trade-ins as well, where you basically get a discount based on your old phone's worth. And for Samsung, they give you $700 back, while Apple gives you max $670 back, which is still over 50%. So, although the
Bro, she's trolling at the end of the day. I think she's glazing up Android a little too much. She's glazing up Android a little too much. And she's pretty much saying like Android is better, but it's not. 100% not better.